Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Book of Science. Today I am teaching about chemistry, the structure of an atom. Niels Bohr, a Danish scientist, explained the structural stability of an atom. So he explained the stability of an atom. This is nucleus. In the nucleus we know that nucleons present. Nucleons means both protons and neutrons in the nucleus. Around these are orbits. In the orbits the electrons revolve around the nucleus. This is the orbits or shells or energy levels, energy shells. So closest shell near to the nucleus is lowest energy shell and farther shell is the highest energy shell. So this is the N1, N2, N3, N4, N5. So these are denoted with the letters K, L, M, N, O. So electrons revolve around the nucleus in definite orbits or shells. So these are all orbits or shells which are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 or K, L, M, N. So the orbits denoted with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or K, L, M, N, O. Each of the shell has fixed energy, so it is also called energy levels. So each orbit has energy, so fixed energy, so it is also called energy levels. Orbits or shells or energy levels or K, L, M, N or 1, 2, 3, 4 are all are same. So orbits, shells, energy levels, n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 or K, L, M, N are same. Next, an electron present is first orbit or K shell. It has least energy among all electrons. So this is the first, n equal to 1, first orbit. In the first orbit the electron has least energy. Second shell L has higher energy than K shell. So this is the K shell. In the K shell electron has least energy. In the L shell electron has more energy comparison to K. Next in the M shell the electron has more energy comparison to L shell. So the increasing order. So M shell has higher energy than L shell. So it is continuous. So energy is increasing from near shell to nucleus to outer shells. So this is the lowest energy shell near to the nucleus and the highest energy shell farther to the nucleus. Nucleus nearest shell has lowest energy, farthest shell has highest energy. Many electrons are found in each shell. So scientist Bohr proposed a scheme known as Bohr scheme of electronic configuration. So according to this scheme, the maximum number of electrons can be present in any shell or orbit is given a formula. So there is a formula, they found a formula is 2n square. How many electrons fill in the orbit? So the formula is 2n square. So n is the serial number of the orbit or shell. So the first shell n equal to 1 and also K shell equal to 2n square means 2 into 1 square. 1 square means 1. So 2 ones are 2. So in the first shell or K shell have 2 electrons. Next the second shell n equal to 2. It means L shell. 2n square means 2 into 2 square equal to 2 into 2 square means 4. 2 4s are 8. So in the second shell L has 8 electrons. The third shell n equal to 3. So it is a M shell. 2n square equal to 2 into 3 square that equal to 2 into 3 square means 9. 9 twos are 18. So in the third shell, M has 18 electrons. The fourth shell, N equal to 4. It means N shell equal to 2N square. 2 into 4 square. 2 into 4 square means 16. So 2 16s are 32. So fourth shell, N has 32 electrons. So how many electrons fill in the orbit is proposed these two scientists. So what is the fixed formula? 2n square. So we substitute the numbers. N equal to 1, N equal to 2, N equal to 3, N equal to 4. So K shell, L, M, N shell. So 2, 8, 18, 32. K, L, M, N. So these electrons are fixed in the shells. Maximum number of electrons present in the shells of an atom. So shell N, maximum electrons. Shell K shell, N equal to 1. So maximum electrons 2. L shell, N equal to 2. So maximum electrons 8. Shell M, N equal to 3. It means third orbit. Maximum electrons 18. N shell, N equal to 4. So maximum electrons 32. So this is the mandatory rule. 2, 8, 18, 32. These electrons are fixed value. 2, 8, 18, 32. K, L, M, N. These electrons are fixed in these orbits. Rule 2n square and the how many electrons fill in the orbits. Next one, another rule is octet rule. Octet means 8. Octet means 8. The maximum number of electrons in the outermost shell have 8 for the electrically neutral chemically stability of an atom. So octet means 8. The number of electrons present in the outermost shell has 8. This is a fixed value. The exception is that hydrogen and helium, which have only 2 electrons. Why? Because hydrogen and helium are the small elements. So they have only 2 electrons. So the atom has only one shell. It means K shell, N equal to 1. So it is called a duplet. Duplet means 2 electrons. Octet duplet rule, discuss with the examples. First one, helium. Helium symbol is He. Helium has 2 electrons, only occupies the first shell or K shell. We know that helium atomic number 2. Helium atomic number 2, mass is 4. So atomic number Z equal to 2, same as protons 2, electrons 2, protons 2, atomic number 2, mass number 4. So the structure is, atomic structure is, this is the nucleus, 2 protons. So what is the neutrons? 4 minus 2, that equal to 2, minus A minus Z. So neutrons also 2, protons 2, neutrons 2 present in the nucleus. On the outer side, electrons are 2 electrons. This is the N equal to 1. So this is a K shell. K shell has 2 electrons only, occupies in the first shell or K shell. So it has only 2 electrons. How the octet rule is possible? Why? Because this is the small element. Next, lithium. Lithium is 3, lithium 7. So we know that Z equal to 3, electrons 3, protons 3, mass A equal to 7. So neutrons A minus Z. So 7 minus 3, 4. So in the nucleus, 3 protons, 4 neutrons present. After then, how many electrons? 3 electrons. So in the first shell, only 2 electrons occupies. Only we know that in the first shell 2 electrons. So this is n equal to 1. K shell has 2 electrons. Then second shell L. The L has 1 electron. So 1, 2, 3. 3 electrons. So 2 electrons occupies in the first shell K and 1 electron occupy in the second shell L. So we denoted it 2, 1. 2, 1. Neon. Neon atomic number is 10. 10, neon 20. In this, mass A equal to 20. Z atomic number 10. Atomic number 10. Protons 10. Electrons 10. Neon. This is the nucleus. Protons and neutrons present. Neutrons are A minus Z. That means 20 minus 10 equal to 10. So protons 10, neutrons 10 present in the nucleus and electrons are 10. How it distributes? In the K shell, first shell have only 2 electrons. Okay, next L shell have 8 electrons. So 2 plus 8, 10. So 2 plus 8. So the first shell K have 2 electrons. Second shell L has 8 electrons. So second shell cannot occupy more than 8 electrons. So why? Because the octet rule is mandatory. So 8 electrons in the L shell. Another example, potassium. Potassium 19K39. In this, Z atomic number 19, mass A equal to 39, protons 19, electrons 19, neutrons equal to A minus Z equal to 39 minus 19 equal to 20. So in the nucleus, 19 protons, 20 neutrons present. First shell have, we know that in the K shell have only 2 electrons. Second shell L have 8 electrons. And after then remaining 2 plus 8, 10 and remaining 9. Outermost shell only accept 8 electrons. So M has only 8 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So octet rule is 8. But remaining there is 9 electrons. In the M shell only for the octet rule only 8 is filled. But remaining 1 is filled in the next shell. It means N shell. So the third shell M has 8 electrons. The fourth shell N has remaining 1 electron. So electronic configuration, how we write? Helium 2. It means in the K shell. Lithium 2, 1. Next neon 2, 8. Helium 2, lithium, Z equal to 3, neon 10, Z equal to 10, potassium 19. So neon 10, potassium 2, 8, 8, 1. Why? Because here in the third M shell does not occupy 9 electrons. Why? Because it is the mandatory rule of octet rule. So only 8 electrons fill in the M orbit or shell. Shell, valence, electrons, valency. Valence shell. The outermost shell of an atom is called valence shell or valence orbit. This is the outermost shell. So it is called valence shell or valence orbit. Valence electrons. Valence electrons means the electrons present in the outermost shell or valence shell. It is called valence electrons. The number of valence electrons are differ from 1 to 8 for different atoms of elements. Valency electrons determined by the valency of that element. Here this is the nucleus, orbits. So outermost orbit is called valence shell. In the valence shell, the electrons are called valency electrons. Valency. What is the meaning of valency? The combining capacity of an atom with other atoms of elements so forms molecules, compounds. Valency can be defined in loss or gain of electrons. Why do atoms combine forms molecules, compounds? Why? We know that outermost shell has 8 electrons, but helium has 2 electrons. Hydrogen and helium are the exception of the octet rule. If an atom has 8 electrons, then its valence shell is chemically stable. For example, helium has 2 electrons called duplet. It means 2n square can't have more than 2 electrons. 8 electrons in valence shell is called octet. Both duplet and octet conditions are stable in inert gases or noble gases, except helium have 8 electrons. Helium has 2 electrons. It is a small element, so it is a 2 electron. But except helium, the inert gases or noble gases are 8 electrons. So outermost shell have 8 electrons. Inert gases are stable and they do not combine with any other element. They don't lose or gain the electrons. So any atom have less than 8. It is very important. Any atom have less than 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. It makes an atom chemically unstable and also reactive. Most of valence electrons less than 8 is in valence shell. So they tend to combine with other atoms to complete the octet and stability. So if any atom have less than 8 electrons, it is active to combine with another atom for the stability and complete the octet rule. In the chemical combination, some atoms donate or lose the electron. Some are accepted or gain. Sometimes no gain, no loss, only sharing of electrons. So this is the octet rule, duplet rule. Duplet means it has only 2 electrons. It cannot have more than 2 electrons. What are the duplet elements? Helium, hydrogen. So helium has only 2 electrons. But 8 electrons in valence shell is called a octet. So inert gases are noble gases except the helium. Helium is only 2 electrons. Except the helium, inert gases have 8 electrons. So they are stable. So they don't combine with another element. So they don't lose and don't gain the electron. So any atom have less than 8 electrons. It is very active to participate in the chemical reaction and they complete the octet rule. They gain and complete the octet rule and for the stability of an atom. So in sometimes no gain, no loss. So only sharing of electrons. So thank you everyone. Please subscribe to my channel.